recruitment to the post of sahayak acharya, my lords, and the limited issue is with respect to the relaxation of the minimum qualifying marks for the post. The lordships will have, I placed on record sequence of lordships are willing to take it up today. Otherwise,
time you think you'll finish?
my lords, I'll take only 25 minutes. I need to show the.
I will not worried about the.
Let's we keep it next week.
How long?
Very simple. And there is one preliminary issue because they are not even affected by the petitioners. Now they are actually non-entities entirely to the entire process, and they have challenged the.
No, correct. But then we have only 45 minutes left. That's what the
Let's we
only
keep it next week.
our constraints. Because of time constraint. Otherwise, we are happy to hear. There is no issue.
My lords, here the state had filed a counter in the High Court supporting their own amendment. So effectively, state.
You are for the state of Jharkhand?
We have basically relied upon another judgment passed by coordinate bench of this honorable court dealing with the same advertisement and the same amendment which was carried out. So, and pursuant to that, in a contempt petition, orders have been passed and the posts have already been filled up. So that is the position
that's
on
That we
ground.
heard. I think.
Because they
Well,
will-
that is.
Let be
Let
heard.
me- let me-
Then let
That
it be
is-
heard by the
Well,
roaster
that is
bench.
incorrect, my lords, because
That's
where
not
the
heard
issue was
post or
different,
vacant.
my
That's
lords.
not correct.
That's
That's okay.
It's okay.
Please argue before the roaster bench.
All
He's
9,000.
saying everything has been filled up.
My
No,
lord,
no,
that's absolutely
So
incorrect.
these are all subsequent events. The court has to take into account also. We don't know. Let us see, because let her place those papers on,
They have filed their counter. I'm for the petitioners. I filed my rejoinder to this, my lords. The decision in Parimal dealt with who has the minimum eligibility criteria to sit for the exam. That issue is dealt, but this has not been touched upon. In fact, in Parimal's judgment, this coordinate bench says that we are not going into the amendment of this rule.
Anyway, let it come before the roaster bench then. This will take some time. This one will not finish in
My lords,
45.
then I may request for next week because 9,000 posts are left.
We don't know. Yeah, I don't know the roles. I mean, what is the status? Okay.
Because next
Top of
next
the
top
board, my
board,
lords,
my
top
lords.
of the board, my lords. We are,
We can't say top of the
Because
board.
on our persuasion, the matter was specially kept for the day. It's-
Next.
my lords, we are
next-
teachers in service for 20 years, my lords. And
Yes,
If
next.
I lose this chance, my lords.
Sustainability also.
Next week.
Because these are all like Shiksha Mitras. They have been in service for many years. The only benefit in the relaxation in the advertisement is as to their qualification. That means certain percentage marks they may not meet with those criteria because they have a long-standing experience in imparting education. Now, the other side, the private petitioners who filed the case do not even come in this category. They don't even fall in this category who have challenged the matter.
My lords, for the reason,
Different vacancies.
Yes.
There is 50% reservation for this category. There is 50% for them. I ask myself a question that if you are not even entitled to this particular category, do not commit. How was the challenge maintainable? And there is no challenge from this side of the category to the advertisement or the
Then
relaxation.
what did the High Court say about that? What?
and my lords, we are not even made parties in the High Court, my lords. All of us, none of the para teachers, whose the separate category is not, none of them are made parties in the High Court, my lords.
They
Even
went on
worse.
the legal
And
issues.
20 years of
Please
experience, we are saying
Once the
regularized, they don't
advertisement has been issued, then can the rules be changed
Oh.
in the middle of the game?
And
That is all they went on. And
My
that
lords-
is all the coordinates. So ultimately,
My lords, the error in the High Court order.
decided on
My
that.
lords,
Yeah,
my lords, the error in the High Court order is, High Court order says that the amendment was made after the exam. That's factually incorrect. The amendment was made much before the exam. In fact, I as a para teacher was made to believe while I was sitting in the exam that, look, you don't have to qualify minimum marks. You have to just sit for the exam because the vacancies were resolved.
Oh, this is prior to the advertisement being issued or after the advertisement?
But before the exam, my lord, Tej Prakash Pathak.
After the advertisement, but before
The
the
exam.
exam. Be that as it may, that particular amendment only applied to our category, which is para teachers. Now, none of the para teachers.
So according to you, they are meddlesome interlopers.
My lords,
category who are para teachers, they are not the people students of teaching, and they have challenged this.
And who has and who have filled up this? Who have been filled?
my lords, they are vacant.
Vacant.
Vacant. Oh,
Vacant.
vacant.
Those 12,000 vacancies are
I see.
as per the rule, as per their own notification. They can't fill those vacancies.
Is there any stay? Is there any stay over the filling up the post?
Well, let me
Or
say-
quashed? Yours is quashed.
Can be picked up by one category, which is those who had been teaching as sahayaks earlier. These respondents here do not come in that category at all. So they can never come this side because these 50% seats are reserved for this category. And none of us have challenged that particular relaxation made in the advertisement. And those 9,000 seats are today lying vacant.
What is the relaxation? What is the relaxation?
Minimum quality.
Minimum marks, they relax for this category because of the experience.
Well,
And now there are line of judgments. In fact, the same thing was done in Rajasthan. My lords may remember the Shiksha Mitra, the first lot which came from the UP, then the Rajasthan category. In all those cases, because there is long experience of 9 years, 10 years of teaching, the court had relaxed the minimum.
My lords, I
The relaxations and other-
That has a larger connotation, no, because we are concerned with students, they're teaching.
my lords,
That will not.
My-
that will not
yes.
give any prejudice. And it's-
Students have to be taught by the best, no? They can't be taught by people who are getting concession marks.
My lord, that is not apprehension, but that will not create a prejudice for the simple reason. Even if there is a relaxation of a minimum mark, I take it for a minute, there has to be a merit list that has to be prepared from our category. So it is only the top in that particular merit list which will eventually get selected. So eventually it probably will never reach that stage of a minimum marks at all. And lower than a minimum mark.
and my lords,
This will have to be heard.
my lords, even
And this
my lords,
Vishnu Chandra Haidar, they are the one.
yes, my lords.
Without impleading you,
None of the
Yes.
para teachers were impleaded, my lords. None of them. And my lords, in fact, my lords, my lords, my marks as on today is
What's
much
larger
more, my
problem
lords.
with teaching is the teacher absenteeism. This whole scheme was to cure that,
Quality
hence
of
the relaxation.
Quality of teachers is also an.
Yes, definitely, we bow down, Lords, definitely. That should not be.
In fact, under the new act, RTE Act, they have now said that each and every teacher must clear a particular.
We have
We
the-
have all
we
that.
have all
We
the
have all that
qualifications.
qualifications.
Those TET without TET,
No, let's
none
clear
of
the
us
rest.
can be eligible.
There are large number of teachers who are teaching today without TET. We have just passed an
We are
order.
not that category, we have the
Just-
qualifications.
We have just passed an order
My lords,
2 weeks ago saying, please get it within a certain time frame.
my lords, in fact, that is why Shiksha
Yes,
Mitras,
And then we have referred the matter to a larger bench.
my lords,
in the
therefore,
previous category.
Shiksha Mitras stood at a different footing. They did not have their teachers' eligibility test. Unlike them, I have it. They had to take it later on. So
Can you-
we are not comparable with them, my lords.
Lords, only
My lords,
one
next
request,
week,
next
my
week,
lords.
Lords.
So next week we have said so, but
next week.
we can't say top of the order.
But some
High on bill, Lords, high on board it.
That's
Please.
the
That
prerogative
will
of the
be decided by
regular.
the bench, no, we can't.
fixed.
That is not proper.
Fixed date we have.
Fixed it.
Next Tuesday.
44 years.
Oblige.
What is 44 years?
We finally heard, my lords, I have one small submission in this. If my lords may just